Hello and a warm welcome to another edition of To The Point. Congress and DMK are back as partners in 2016 Tamil Nadu elections, but can this coalition really take on the might of Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Joining me now is Congress spokesperson and also one of the most prominent faces of the Tamil film industry of the yesteryears, Kushboo Sundar. Welcome on To The Point.
Thank you.
Let me begin by asking you the most curious question which is there on everybody's mind, and that is, why is Kushboo not contesting?
I think there were too many speculations when it comes to this election, but I'm quite used to it, to be very honest. When I joined, I was in DMK, it was 2011, the same assembly election. People came up with speculations that I'm going to contest from some area. Then 2014 Lok Sabha election, again they said I'm going to contest from some other area. And now I'm with the Congress, so again they say that I was to contest from R.K. Nagar, take on the J. Jayalalitha, the Chief Minister, or Mylapore. But I think we have given good rest to all these speculations. Now, I think it's too early for me. I've been in the party just for 2 years, and I personally feel that there are many senior leaders, there are people who have been in the party, they have given everything to the party for so many long years that they rightly deserve to be the candidates.
But given the fact that you hopped over from DMK to Congress and your main reason why you left DMK, at least the perception was that probably you were not politically rewarded commensurate to the hard work which you had put in. So don't you feel deprived now?
No, I think you had put it right with inverted commas, perceptions of the people. I'm not here to clarify the perceptions, the assumptions of the people. I think I have better things to do in life. I think I've never been, kind of a person expecting a reward or something. The reason why I left DMK was never given out by me. I never said why I quit DMK. I said I left the party with a heavy heart. That's it. I never said that I was not rewarded. And I still stand by the same lines today that I left with a very heavy heart. But then bygones are bygones. Today we both, DMK and Congress, are back as partners and fighting this election. And I'm going to be campaigning for DMK also. And very recently, just day before yesterday, I met DMK Chief Dr. Kalingar. After 2 long years, I met him in person and I took his blessings. So I think I have no qualms about going and working with them.
Party is also aware of your star power in Tamil Nadu. Don't you think that Congress could have encashed it better in terms of political mileage?
No, I think if you're talking about the star value, then I think it's very good that I have not been allowed to contest and they have said that I should campaign, because the minute I say I am a candidate, then I am confined to one constituency. Whereas for me, it really works much better when I go all over Tamil Nadu campaigning, talking about what the Congress and the DMK together have done for the betterment of the people. So I think that way it helps better. And I've always said that whatever the High Command, Madam Sonia ji or Rahul ji decides, it will always be in the interest of the well-being of the party. And today it's here for people to see. All the speculations and the assumptions have died a natural death after the announcement.
For example, when the reports came out that probably you would contest from R.K. Nagar, from where Jayalalitha is contesting, the moment that news came, it was like an explosion, because people thought that, okay, Kushboo fighting Jayalalitha is probably going to be the biggest political battle which at least the media would have thought of.
Yes.
The party also could have, if not a victory, at least in terms of political mileage, of course, you would have.
Yes, definitely. That was the headlines, breaking news, right from the national to the state news channels. But I think we are not here to gain, a mileage in the media or in the public eye. What is very important is we need winning candidates.
But also in terms of catching the votes.
Catching the votes, yes. But then again, like I said, I think it's important that more than R.K. Nagar, if we had to choose R.K. Nagar, if the Congress had decided to field me against the CM, that would have meant we leaving out on one of the areas which has already been allotted to us, one of the constituencies. And I don't think that makes sense just to have a mileage in the public eye or a footage for the video for the electronic media. I don't think we need to lose out on a very winning candidate.
Okay, moving away from Kushboo's prospects now to the prospects of the Tamil Nadu Congress and DMK alliance. What do the prospects really look like, and how is the Congress really comfortably placed in this scenario?
Very comfortable. What we had seen 2 years back, what Congress was in Tamil Nadu, especially after 2014, people thought that Congress is no way. They've been completely wiped out. But today we are back with a bang, and people are there looking at us. When I go and meet people, the way they look at me, the way they talk to me, and everyone, they says DMK Congress has to come back. We are fed up of this. There's so much of anti-incumbency. And I think people are ready for a change. They are asking for a change.
But certain people also say that Congress was helpless. They had no choice but to align with DMK. That's another argument which is coming.
It's a case of sour grapes, because we have seen a lot of the other parties who couldn't find a place in the DMK Congress alliance, or the parties who waited that somebody would offer them all the goodies on a platform, or there were a couple of party leaders who were actually hoping that they would get an invitation, but none of these things happened. So I can completely understand their problem. I can completely say it's a case of sour grapes. Better luck next time.
But what about the opinion polls, which are really giving a majority to J. Jayalalitha?
I don't think most of the polls, these and analysts, what you're talking about, they're giving the edge to Jayalalitha. We have seen the complete political analysts going wrong in Bihar. We have seen them going wrong in Delhi. So they are not always correct. So we are here waiting, and I'm very sure that we will win.
But when you go down on the ground and talk to the grassroots and the common people, the only word on their lips is Amma and her welfare schemes, the way she has lured the people. But yes, the perception is that she might not get that kind of a majority which she got in the last elections, but she will definitely form the government. That's what the by and large perception is.
No, when you go down to the ground root level, grassroots levels, when you go and meet the people at absolutely grassroots, when I'm talking about the rural areas, I think the one thing which everyone says is we need a change. Yes, you have, she has been ruling the state, and she has the biggest majority as a political party. So you will have her supporters, you will have people talking about it. And the only thing they're talking about Amma is because she's so much on the face. You turn right, you turn left, you look up, you look down, you see only Amma, Amma, Amma. There's nothing about Tamil Nadu state government. Let's not forget, Tamil Nadu state government is what rules the state. A particular party does not mean that, 2 leaves or AIDMK is not Tamil Nadu state government.
But don't you think that's the political reality of Tamil Nadu?
No,
it's
they're
about
trying-
patronage politics,
No,
it's
they're
about
trying to
personality
change. They're trying
politics.
to change. Everything else is like Amma. Amma scheme, Amma this, Amma that. But the minute it comes to the
But
deficit,
wasn't it same with DMK as well?
we
Kalaina
have
every day?
always said there's always been the emblem of Tamil Nadu state government. There's always been everything about DMK, but there was Tamil Nadu state government emblem. People could never forget that DMK represents Tamil Nadu state government. And not even once, because I have been in the party for 5 years, I have never said that it's DMK. We have always maintained Tamil Nadu state government. That is very important for people. People vote you to govern the state is that you're going to do good for the people. People do not vote for you saying that you can take over the Tamil Nadu state government. You don't do that. You are a party who has been selected, who has been voted to power to serve the people as in the capacity of Tamil Nadu state government, not in the capacity as an individual. Unfortunately, in the last 5 years, what we have seen is there's no way about Tamil Nadu state government. You have Global Summit Met, it's about Amma. You have water, it's about Amma. You have any scheme, it's about Amma. It's not about Tamil Nadu state government. But the minute you talk about deficit of the state.
What is the kind of change which DMK and Congress are promising to the people if it is not about Amma, is what you're saying? What is the kind of change, if I could ask you in one line, what is the kind of change you're promising to the people of Tamil Nadu?
A betterment, a development, employment, education, everything put together under one umbrella. When you look at DMK's manifesto, I think one of the brilliant manifestos we have seen in recent times. And even Congress is ready with its manifesto, which we're going to release it very soon. So when you look at the manifesto, Congress has already said that from LKG to PG, we are going to provide them with free education. How we're going to help the farmers, how we are going to bring in every aspect of a human life under one umbrella and say that we are there to protect you.
I cannot help but ask you, when you defend DMK so vociferously, the same party which you left, doesn't that put you in a very awkward situation, because you're not a part of that party anymore? It doesn't put you in an awkward situation.
No, definitely not. See, I speak the truth, whether I was in DMK or I'm in Congress. Let me put it straight. I have been a very, very honest person. I've never been politically correct. I speak my mind, and I've seen how DMK has worked. I have walked out the party does not mean that I do not respect the party, does not mean that I don't have any soft corner for the party. I still do. I still continue to have my highest regards
Given
for
the fact
party.
that you had an uneasy equation with Stalin and
I didn't. It's again, I'm saying it's a speculation. Nowhere I have spoken a word against Stalin. Nowhere Stalin has spoken a word against me. It's a speculation of the people, and like I said before, I have better things to do in my life rather than just,
Okay, so we won't talk about that now. Let me talk to you about the seat sharing which has taken place between DMK and Congress. DMK hasn't conceded the number of seats as what Congress had demanded. Is that a reflection of Congress's decreasing relevance in Tamil Nadu? Does that not reflect that?
How many seats did Congress ask and how many seats did DMK propose? Does anybody have an idea?
I think Congress had asked for about 61 or 63 seats.
Did we ask for it? Who gave a guarantee of that? Whether Ghulam Nabi Azad sir or whether EVK Salongovan sir, TNCC president, who went on record and said that we asked for 61? Nobody did. Nobody from DMK either said that this is the demand. It's just.
Don't you think that itself is an indication that Congress didn't have a voice at all in this
We had a
coalition?
voice, that's why we have got 41.
Okay.
We have a voice, that's why we have got 41. We have got the constituencies we wanted, so we have won it. And it's again not about how many seats we get. What is important is how can we bring in the change into the state. That is very, very important. And I think now is the time, rather than fighting for the number of seats, I think it's important that we both stand by each other and make sure that we do bring in the change that people want.
But there are a lot of internal squabblings which were reported. You know, there was factionalism in fighting, Mr. P. Chidambaram saying something, Ilangovan not listening to the MLAs. All those kind of reports were coming up. Or is that matter put to rest, or do you really see some kind of rumbling still happening as far as the organizational structure of Congress in the state is concerned?
No, I think, see, the problems, the teething problems will be there in every political party.
Okay.
Whether it's Congress, whether it's DMK, whether it's AIDMK, or any political party all over the country. We have seen this faction even in BJP. I think what matters the most is today everybody stands together. Everybody is united and we are working.
No, because infighting and factionalism, when it comes out in open public, then it does dent the image of the party.
No, I think it doesn't dent the image of the party. I think there are two senior leaders who have a dialogue, and they have been having a dialogue and they have been comfortably working with each other. Rather than looking at seeing as glass is half empty, I would rather look at in a very positive manner and say the glass is half full. And we are standing today together and working for the election.
Analysts also say that Congress doesn't have a face in Tamil Nadu. However, is it true that the central leadership basically has not bothered about nurturing the state leadership? There are allegations coming on that.
Allegations will always be there. Even if you give 365 days for the allegations to be cleared, I think opposition will keep talking about it. It's a job, it's a duty to talk about the allegation.
But it's a fact as well.
It's not a fact.
You don't find any of the Congress faces, the state leadership faces on the banners and the posters.
In the last 20 months. See, we have always been a central party.
Okay.
We have never been a state party. We have always worked, whether we have been with DMK maximum number of times or whether we have worked with AIDMK once or twice. I think we have always worked in the background. And we said that we have a central power, and that's what is very, very important.
That's a candid statement you're making, Kushboo, but I'll have to take a break here. On the other side, we talk about GK Vasan factor. Back in a moment. Welcome back. You're watching To The Point with Congress spokesperson Kushboo. Talking about GK Vasan's exit, how has it really impacted the prospects of Congress? Because a lot of people are saying with his exit, Congress's future is actually on the fringes now.
I really don't know how to react to this because people in Tamil Nadu, it's very clear for them to see that how GK Vasan sir, with all due respect to him, how he was waiting till the end that somebody might invite him. And today he didn't have a choice but go and join the other fourth front, what we're talking about. And here we have thousands of TMC candidates coming and the senior leaders coming and joining back in Congress. So that shows our power. We don't have to prove it to anyone. We have the biggest alliance with DMK, whereas he is completely sidelined. And I think we are there. We are there with 41 seats, 41 constituencies, and we're going to fight it out.
But is it not a political compulsion that the same party which had drifted away from UPA when you were in power, when UPA was in power, DMK had, for some reasons, they drifted apart. And now you have to hold hands with the same party. Will you not call it a political compulsion?
No, it's not a political compulsion. I think everybody have their own ideas and thoughts as to how to find fight a particular election. And I think in 2014,
People also say that Congress probably has reconciled to the fact that they have to come back to power anyhow, even if they have to piggy ride on.
see, people will have their own ideas, their own talks. It's a democracy, and Congress has given them the democracy. So we leave it to them to have their own dialogues and own space. We are here doing our duty. We are here doing whatever we can, the best for the people, and will continue to do so. Time is never sufficient to answer back these speculations, the allegations, and whatever you call them.
Okay, Kushboo, this time what we are seeing in 2016 looks like a multipolar contest where you have an absolutely new entrant like PWF, which is with Vijaykant and Vaiko adding a lot of color, to the entire election battle here in Tamil Nadu. Does this alliance really impact the prospects of DMK and Congress and also otherwise Jayalalitha? It would be hampering.
Zilch, it does not make a difference to DMK and Congress.
So you don't see them as a serious player?
No, I don't. I completely don't see them. I don't think anybody sees them as very serious players.
Why do you say that?
It's there for people to see. It's there for people. They look at them as entertainment. That's it. It's not about seriousness, that how serious they are about a political party. If you're talking about just a while ago, we were talking about how parties come together. We have seen all the members, all the four party leaders who have come together, or the fifth one with the GK Vasansa coming in between. So you see how they have been fighting against each other, calling each other names. And today they are like the best of friends facing the press and fighting it out together.
But if they split the votes,
If they split the votes, it's going to be only affected on AIDMK. Okay. It's not going to affect the DMK and Congress alliance.
also the fact that there are too many chief ministerial candidates this time. You have Ambumani Ramadas and Vijaykant saying that, okay, he's the chief ministerial candidate. Does it really in any aspect hint at the fact that the people of Tamil Nadu are just completely fed up of the Dravidian parties? I'm talking about AIDMK and DMK both. Does it really hint at that?
People do want to change. I'm not going to deny that. Okay. But they are definitely going to choose the right person to lead them. The thing with Tamil Nadu people of Tamil Nadu is they are not blind. They need to have trust. We have a lot of first-time voters who are saying they need a change. But they're very clear that they're not going to vote to PWF or any other party. When you talk about Dr. Anbumani Ramdas or PMK for that matter, I think their stronghold is only one or two constituencies where they have been fighting all the time.
But when you say change, when you talk about the change and your party, especially I'm talking about DMK when it talks about change, how would you really tell the people that you're different from AIADMK? Because they are seen as two sides of the same coin.
We have delivered. It's there for people to see with 10 years of UPA and when even DMK was in power. We have seen the way we have delivered from 2006 to 2011. There were a lot of corruption allegations.
Corruption allegations have been on both the sides.
Corruption, that's what I'm saying. Corruption allegations have been on both the sides. But when you look at it, the kind of infrastructure, the way the DMK government implemented their schemes, the way UPA being in power, the kind of national highways or everything you look at it. We have water salination, we have Kudankulam, you have the universities, you have everything, every infrastructure. City has grown multifolded, during the regime of DMK and UPA government at the center. So people have seen that change. People have seen how the business was booming. There was a GDP growth. There was Nokia, there was Hyundai, there were so many other multinational companies coming and investing in Tamil Nadu. And people were ready, they were forthcoming. But in the last 5 years, everything has come to a standstill.
But despite all the development you're talking about, people have got used to this freebie culture where many analysts say that the electorate of Tamil Nadu has just completely stopped exercising its wisdom because they have become very passive recipients of the welfare doles which have been given by Jayalalitha and also for that matter from Karunanidhi in the earlier years. Are the people really thinking about issues? Are they really serious? Because many people say it's a completely issue-less election.
We have been concerned about the issues. If you say, give like what Congress says, free education from UKG, from KG to PG. That is what people need, education. That's the birthright of every person. Education is a must. That's what we have always been fighting for. Not now. I think even in Tamil Nadu, right from the days of Kamaraj, we have been fighting for education. When DMK was in power, they said 7,000 crore of loan, farmers' loan was waived off. Now, whatever you do for the farmers is never sufficient. the kind of problems, the kind of difficulties they face, I think even 7,000 crores was not enough. We need to do a lot for them. When you talk about giving away laptops or cycles for the children to go to school, and more than that, infrastructure of bringing every Anganwadi in every village was important, and that was possible when DMK and UP were together. Right.
But Kushboo, what
What you're talking about, let me tell you, the freebies what you're talking about is when Amma says, I give you a fan which has Amma's face on it, which doesn't run. You have a mixie which doesn't grind, which Amma's face. You have something else which doesn't function with Amma's face. So I think, those kind of freebies you're talking about. You have water bottle.
But Kalainar has also given TV sets.
Yes, TV sets he has given. But that is, again, you can even look at it as a part of education because TV gives you news. We look like, see, there are two perspectives. How you look at it.
That's not a very convincing argument, but nonetheless, what I want to ask you basically is that in this entire freebie culture, if you are promising some kind of a change to the people of Tamil Nadu, is your alliance really ready to shun the policies of giveaways, the politics of giveaways which have been practiced so far?
The DMK manifesto has not said that they're going to give away any freebies. Okay. Congress manifesto is not talking about any freebies. We are not talking about any materialistic freebies.
But do you also have plans how to bridge the deficit, the financial deficit which has been created by Amma with all the freebies?
The deficit of more than 9,000 crores. Right. Deficit by the Tamil Nadu state government, as Amma likes to put it. So the minute you talk about the deficit of the state, then it's not the deficit of Amma's deficit. Then it becomes Tamil Nadu state government deficit. Rest, everything else is Amma. So that is how it works. So we have a plan up our sleeve as to how we are going to work on the deficit, how we are going to say that there's no more hole in the pocket when you're going to talk about education or the farmers.
So no more freebies, that is what DMK says.
Very clear. Congress and DMK both are very clear. There are no more freebies.
But it's like a double-edged sword because it's a dangerous trend, but at the same time, electorally, it does have a resonance.
What is the change we're bringing in? We are bringing in a change. So it's up to the people to see that we are bringing in a change.
It's a political risk your party's taken.
We have to take the risk. If you think that's a risk, then we are more than glad to take the risk because we want the people to believe in us and say that this is not about giving you free TV, free mixie, free grinders or free whatever you say, the materialistic things. Okay, we are talking about business. We are talking about development. We are talking about infrastructure. We are talking about education.
You've given us enough news point, to say that, okay, DMK has changed slightly. But let me ask you about a trend which we saw last month, and that was that none of the political parties, they came down heavily and criticized the intercaste honor killings which happened in Tirupur. Yes. Do you think that caste politics is on the rise? Is there some kind of a resurgence in this political landscape of Tamil Nadu?
I think not only Tamil Nadu, all over India we have been seeing this kind of honor killing. We have seen it. Terrible honor killings in Punjab. We have seen it in different areas. We have seen it in Bihar.
No, especially when a leader like Periyar talking about a casteless society.
Absolutely.
And then it comes back again like a phoenix.
Yeah, that's because I think few of the political parties do need mileage and they ride on the horse of only casteism. When all the political parties came down very heavily on the honor killings or so-called honor killing, because I don't know what is so honorable about killing someone. When this killings, the only party which didn't come forth and say a word was AIDMK, because that belt is a casteist belt. It's
an AIDMK bastion.
Yeah, and they didn't want to say a word because they were scared they might lose the votes there if they talk about it. So they are there very clearly for people to see that for us the vote bank is important. Who is killed, who is not killed is not important to us. The basic secularism. The humanity is not important. The pluralism is not important. I think it's what is important is the vote bank. That is how they work.
Talking about the liquor prohibition issue, liquor has been a very big issue here in Tamil Nadu, and there has been an anti-liquor movement which the state has really seen over the years. Now with Amma saying that it will be brought in a phased manner, parties like yours, do you really believe in what she's saying?
I think my smile should say it all.
I know, that's what I wanted to hear from you.
I just laugh. It's so laughable when you have the chief minister coming and saying just a month before the election, saying that I'm going to bring in the prohibition step by step. All I would like to ask is, Madam, where were you in the last 5 years? You were ruling. We have seen the task mark growing from every every other road, every corner, you have a task mark. Very close to my place, there is a boys' hostel right at the top, and at the bottom, you have a task mark showroom, and it works perfectly fine. So, where are the boys going to study? How are they going to work? It's a boys' hostel. But yet you have a task mark at the ground floor,
But
and the government and the police both turn blind eye to that. I
when
have
you
complained.
speak to the AIDMK people, obviously on camera they don't say, but they do point fingers at Kalainar. He was the one to bring in liquor
As
in
I'm to
Tamil
say,
Nadu.
if they're so confident about it, I challenge them, come in front of the camera and say it.
Okay. Okay. In 2014, you made a very important statement in one of your interviews I was reading that you said that if Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister, the minorities of the country will be in danger. They will be in a suppressed state. Do you still hold your thoughts, or is there some kind of a change which is there?
No, I think my fears have absolutely come true, because the kind of saffronism turning the country into one color, the efforts of BJP, it's very, very frightening. Today, every minority person lives in fear. They don't know what to say. Whether it was beef, whether it was dressing up, whether it was the name, whether they have a beard or not, whether they wear a topi or not. I think forcing people to believe in what they believe in is completely against democracy. And all I would say is that my dreams, my fears have absolutely come true, that with Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister of
But
India.
what about your views on Rahul Gandhi? Because the same year in one of the interviews you said
The
that
same interview.
Rahul Gandhi, I think
Yeah,
it
the
was the
same
same interview,
interview.
and you said that
He needs to come out.
he's cocooned, he's living
Yes.
within the four walls, and
Yes.
he needs to live closer to the reality.
Yes.
Has that view changed?
Absolutely, it's there for people. I think very recently, when people have met Rahul Gandhi, the way he's been going around meeting people, the way he's been speaking in the parliament, I think every media has spoken about it. Even India Today carried a complete book on him, saying and see the changeover of Rahul Gandhi from what he was probably in 2011 or even early 2014 elections, and now the change we have seen in him in the last 2 years is drastic, and it's there for people to see. What they said, that he doesn't speak, he's not media friendly, he doesn't go out and meet people. Here we see a complete new Rahul Gandhi, where he's there up front, meeting the people, talking, taking the questions, whether it is the parliament, whether it is the press media, or whether going and meeting every member who has been affected by this BJP government.
Talking like an exact spokesperson of Congress, and you have to embark on a heavy campaign tour. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on To The Point.
Thank you.
So that's it on this episode of To The Point. See you next time with another personality. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.